Perfect. Exactly.
Star Wars sand people attack.
They do this. All right. There's a lot of reasons that I think this is not a good grip. I think it's a bad grip, in fact. The main reason being I lose points of control. All right. This is a single point of control, right, instead of two. And even though it is a large thing, once I lock him to my body, essentially the only way that I manipulate his body is by throwing my body through the same thing. And on top of that, I am literally just giving him the exact same grip that I am taking on him, right? So there are a reason or two where I tell people to do this. The number one reason I tell people to do this is you're in a real bad situation and you're like, it's an oh shit moment. And you're like, well, what if a bear hugged you? Yeah, now you can't throw me or we'll both fall, and then you can work out of it. As a go-to, it is not a good one. But that being said, if someone reaches over and hugs you real tight, it's difficult to throw them without simoing, right? The same reason it's not a good grip for the axe user is the same reason it's not a good grip to let the axe user get, right? It's suicide central. It's very difficult to throw someone who's just like monkey onto you, right? So, let's talk about how to defend it. It's not that hard to defend, but we need to, all right? One, just know that you should defend it, right? It should be automatic that you do defend it, all right? There are a lot of ways to do this, all right? If I'm using an axe, one of my favorite ways is that lots of axe users like to go here, just do this, right? Like if he comes up and goes over, a lot of times I just go like this. Cool, I love my position. I've got all sorts of leverage to throw, right? He does not, all right? This is a great way if you have the axe, just stop it right there, all right? If you have a shield, easy thing is you come up, he goes over, and you go, boom. And now I underhook. And let's be up here. I'm gonna stay up here. If he tries to get over me, I go, no. Boom. I'll trap it in front. All right? However it is, just don't let it over. On top of that, you can just do some dumb stuff, kind of like if someone's trying to choke you and this arm up is able to defend it. A lot of times you can do the same sort of thing just to not let it lock in. All right? So if I have a sword, a lot of times I'll do the exact same sort of thing just by going like this. Boom. All right, like, yeah, he gets over some. I don't really care because I've got space. Now I throw and he can't actually grab me, right? He can't tighten it down. So, the two I would like to practice today is if you have an axe, I want you to practice axe high, and I want your bottom hand to go to their armpit. All right? So, axe high, boom, and my bottom hand right there. All right? This is a much more effective position for an axe. You can actually set up throws, you have leverage over their body, and you defend the suicide hug. All right, and if you ever hear me talk about the suicide hug, that's what this is. That's what I call it, the suicide hug. All right. If you were a sword and shield guy, and he reaches over, I want you to go boom, hands straight up, and underhook. All right. From here, I can do all sorts of throws. I can fight. If he's really trying to go over, I can start working the back. There's so many things I can do because he has both of his hands dedicated to a fight with one of my hands and in a place that they are not protecting him from what I want to do to his body. Right? So, this is the last one we're going to do. You can have, if you've got both sword and shield people, one person holds your sword like this and go like this. Right? If you're an axe, up high like this to block it, and I want this to immediately come to armpit. All right? So we have a leverage point. Doesn't matter which way you do it. If you're holding it this way, this armpit, either one works. If you have sword and shield, I want hand up, grab, and underhook. Cool? Let's do it. It's the last one.